All right, Dr. Kubler-Ross. Um, you probably are familiar with her theories, the stages of death and dying. It's just so common. Um, she was recognized as one of the foremost authorities in the field of death and dying and transition for the past 20 years. Her now classic first book on death and dying is today considered a master text on the subject. Dr. Kubler-Ross had joint citizenship in the U.S. and Switzerland, and after earning her medical degree at the University of Switzerland in '57, she continued her studies in New York, completing her degree in psychiatry at the University of Colorado in 1963. She began her pioneering work with the terminally ill at the University of Colorado Medical Center in Denver. Now, what we're going to talk about tonight are her specific stages in death and dying. And Dr. Kubler-Ross has done so many wonderful things as well. So if you're interested, do some research on your own and learn more about some of her work. It's really very interesting. Dr. Kubler-Ross was awarded over 25 honorary doctorates from major universities. She received the Modern Samaritan Award and the Ideal Citizen Award. In 1999, Time magazine named Dr. Kubler-Ross as one of the most important thinkers of the past century. I adore her, and I'm sure you will as you learn more about her. I have some quotes from Dr. Kubler-Ross. The first one is, "Dying is nothing to fear. It can be the most wonderful experience of your life. It all depends on how you lived. The most beautiful people we have known are those who have known defeat, known suffering, known struggle, known loss, and have found their way out of the depths. These persons have an appreciation, sensitivity, and an understanding of life that fills them with compassion, gentleness, and a deep, loving concern. Beautiful people do not just happen." Oh, love it. So what are the stages of dying? Well, she has 5 stages. The first being denial and isolation. Secondly, anger. Third, bargaining. Fourth, depression. And finally, acceptance, being the 5th stage. With denial and isolation being stage 1, almost all people or patients who are dying experience this stage in some form. It's usually a temporary shock response. I can't believe this. I can't believe this is happening. Just really not even imagining this can be true. A person may even isolate from other people, including family members. They may really not want to even deal with or address the issue in any way. Complete denial. This stage people can slip back into this stage when there's new developments or their coping skills are low, just really not wanting to deal with it, not wanting to believe it, and just, not wanting to face this issue. Stage 2, anger. There's, of course, many different expressions of anger. Some people who are going through the stages of dying may be angry at God. Why me? Feeling like other people are more deserving of this and not themselves. They may feel envious of others. Well, other people are out enjoying life, not seeming to care. They are here and they're experiencing pain. They may be experiencing some suffering. They may just not have any of those, but they know they're dying, and other people are just out there, and so that enviousness of other people. They can project their anger on the environment, anger towards the nurses, the doctors, and even their own family. So kind of misplaced anger coming out. Stage 3 is bargaining. This is a brief stage. It's, Dr. Kubler-Ross found it hard to study because it's often between the patient and their spirituality. So if anger doesn't work, maybe being good will work. Maybe making promises, making deals will work. If only I could see the birth of my grandchild, or if only I could see the marriage of my daughter, if only I could live long enough for this to happen, are some of the things that people think about when they're in the bargaining stage. Stage 4, depression. This is a stage where a person is mourning for the losses. It could be reactive depression, mourning past losses, such as the loss of a job, loss of hobbies, loss of their mobility. It could be preparatory depression, losses of things yet to come, the dependence that they may have to have on their family, things in the future that they may not get to see, or things that they may not get to do. So really this grief and loss at this stage is stage 4. Stage 5 is acceptance. Now this is not necessarily a happy stage. Oftentimes it is devoid of feelings. It takes a while for a person to reach this stage. And a person who fights until the end may not reach it because of that fight. It consists of basically giving up and realizing that death is inevitable. Hope is an important aspect, not just in this stage, but in all of the stages. A person's hope can help them through difficult times and even the stages of dying. Okay, so what is the critique? It's a very well-known theory of stages of dying. Well, because it's so well-known, one of the critiques is that it's common to place positive value on attaining each new stage. People or patients may rush themselves or be pressured by family members to move through the stages. A person's whole life may be overlooked in favor of the stages they are supposed to be going through. Each person's experiences are unique and different, and so each person's death process is unique and different. And another critique is that environmental factors play a role, and a very important role, and that a person's environment can have a great effect on their attitude towards death. All right, well, this is the end of our first online YouTube lecture. If you have any questions, please jot them down. We are going to start off with an activity right at the beginning of next week's class, and we also have a guest speaker, Rita Biazzi from Circle of Life Hospice, and she's going to tell us about not only her work but some personal experience in working with hospice. Again, just a wonderful speaker, and I'm sure you will enjoy the class. Feel free to email me ahead of time if you have any questions. Otherwise, we'll just talk more in class. See you then. Bye.